Alright, everybody needs to get their learning log out, and you should have a yellow sheet of paper, or it may be green, with this box for your learning log for special right triangles and Pythagorean triples. Okay, and for the special right triangles, we're going to write down the rules. The 30, 60, 90 triangle. Here's an example laid out for you. The ratio of the side lengths is always x to x to square root of 3 to 2x. Remembering that the cosine of 60 is 1/2, so your x over 2x is the adjacent over hypotenuse for the 60-degree angle. So you have your adjacent over hypotenuse, x over 2x. That'll help you make sure you place your dimensions in the right place. The hypotenuse is always going to be 2 times the short leg. The long leg is the square root of 3 times the short leg. So if this is the short leg, hypotenuse is 2 times that. The long leg is the square root of 3 times that short leg. The short leg, this one, is the long leg divided by the square root of 3. The short leg is also the hypotenuse divided by 2. The 45, 45, 90 ratio of side lengths is x to x to x to square root of 2. Hypotenuse is the square root of 2 times a leg, and the leg is the hypotenuse divided by the square root of 2. Remember, on both of these, do not leave a square root in the denominator. We're going to write in a little below this about rationalizing the denominator. The Pythagorean triples, these are the two you need to know, the 3, 4, 5, and be able to recognize its dilations. These are not the only ones, but these are two. And the 5, 12, 13, and its dilations. Okay, I'm going to pause the video so that you can get this written down. Okay, you should have gotten that written down by now. I'm going to put a few example problems in the learning log that you'll find at the bottom of the colored piece of paper. Obviously, this is a 30, 60, 90 triangle, where if the cosine of 60 is 1/2, to get 1/2, you're going to have a 6 right here, and if the other leg then should be 6 times the square root of 3. This triangle is going to be one of the Pythagorean triples. There's a common factor here of 6. 24 divided by 6 is 4. 18 divided by 6 is 3. So this is obviously a dilation of the 3, 4, 5. In that case, 5 times 6 is going to be 30. So the length of the missing side is 30. And in this 45, 45, 90, remember the two legs are equal. So this is going to be 5. The hypotenuse is over here because it's across from the 90-degree angle. And it will be 5 square root of 2. Make sure you learn these rules. Now let's talk about rationalizing the denominator. Let's get rid of this. I want you to write these notes in your learning log so that you have something to refer back to. Remember that you will not be allowed to use your learning log on the test for special right triangles, so this is something that you need to learn. Never leave a square root in the denominator. So if you end up with a square root in the denominator, say if you have 4 divided by the square root of 3, then to rationalize it, you're going to multiply by whatever that denominator is over itself. So in this case, 3, square root of 3 over the square root of 3. And then when you multiply, you get 4 times the square root of 3. Multiply this, you get the square root of 3 times the square root of 3, which is the square root of 9. And that will simplify further. You get 4 square root of 3 over, 3. Hard to write with. 4 divided by 3 does not reduce, so that will be your final answer. See if I can make it look a little better. There. Alright. If you end up with one like, let's say for instance you had 8 divided by the square root of 2, this would be something you might get on the 30, 60, 90. This would be something you would get on the 45, 45, 90. Do the same process, multiply by the square root of 2 over the square root of 2. So this time you can't multiply 8 times 2 because that's inside the radical, that's outside. So it's just 8 times the square root of 2 over square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is the square root of 4. Square root of 2 over the square root of 4 is now 2. But this will simplify. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Can't write a 4. So the final answer is 4 times the square root of 2. And that would be the correct answer. If you leave your answers in this form, it will be wrong, and I'm going to mark it wrong. You have to learn to rationalize the denominator. This is a simple process. You do not need to have an answer with a radical in the denominator. And again, you can email me if you have questions. These videos, the links to these videos are on my website, so you can watch them at any time you need to.